You're in Braves country. As a married man, I have two missions in life. One, to calm my wife down when she's mad. And two, to make my wife mad when she's calm.
Why?
Whoa, is that O.J. Simpson?
Oh, you like it? Yeah, that was my favorite player. I figured I'd wear it for the Super Bowl.
You know he's a murderer, right?
Yeah, the guy was a monster. Rushed 2,000 yards in 14 games. He was a savage.
No, he killed 2 people.
He killed a lot of people, okay? Linebackers, safeties, corners.
Do you have any other jerseys at home?
Yeah, I got plenty of jerseys. Aaron Hernandez, Michael Vick, Henry Ruggs, I have that one.
What?
Ray Rice, I got that one too.
Our next first baseman is also one of the biggest.
The 6'4" Willie McCovey.
Although Stretch didn't join the Giants until the middle of the '59 season, McCovey went 4 for 4 in his first game and went on to be named Rookie of the Year. Big league pitchers had been put on notice.
He was the most feared hitter I saw. I thought sure he was really going to hurt somebody because he hit the ball so hard.
McCovey was a good hit. You better take the married man off the infield when he hits.
Manager Gil Hodges tried the McCovey shift.
He'll kill you.
He was the scariest hitter you'd ever want to see. As a first baseman, when you're holding a runner on, you just hope Willie McCovey was not coming up because nobody can hit the ball any harder than McCovey.
In 68 through 70, he had something like 120 home runs and over 350 RBIs.
It's gone! A grand slam home run! McCovey!
Stretch was the National League MVP in '69 and closed out his 19-year career with 521 home runs and more than 1,500 RBIs.
He was a great player in an era with Clemente and Aaron and Mize, and he was as good as any of them.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome to Braves Country Radio Double Dip. First pitch on the way from you, Darvish, righty-righty matchup to Arozarena is right there for a strike. It's 0-1, the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Left to right across the outfield for the Padres today. Sheets, Ramon Laureano, ex-Atlanta Brave, and Tatis. Around the infield, it's Machado, Xander, Iglesias, and Cronenworth. 94-mile-an-hour fastball up top. It's 1-2. Yu Darvish on the mound. Freddie Furman, the ex-Kansas City Royal, behind the plate. Padres, nothing. Mariners, nothing, as the 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. Padres are wearing their road browns, very light brown with dark brown pinstripes. San Diego across the chest in brown, outlined in gold. Gold piping on the sleeves and around the collar, brown ball cap, and the interlocking gold SD on the front of the cap. The 2-2, swing. Soft pop-up over to shortstop, a soft line drive, L6 in your scorecard, and away. We'll go over the Mariners when they go back to the field, but the Padres start off with Tatis, Laureano. Or I'm sorry, we'll go to the Padres. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused running around in here right after that first game. It's going to be Arozarena, Cal Raleigh, the home run champion of the home run derby, stands in. First pitch up top, first strike, it's 0-1. Julio Rodriguez is on deck. Then you've got Naylor, Suarez, Polanco, Raley, Crawford, and Young. The 0-1 inside, spins him around, 92 miles an hour. 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Outside wide. The 2-1 count to Raleigh. Right now would be your AL MVP. Kyle Raleigh standing in on the 2-1. Misses outside wide. Ball 3-1. 6'2", 235, 28-year-old from North Carolina. Played his college ball at Florida State. Was drafted by the Mariners in the 2018 draft. As the 3-1 swing, that ball's banged high and deep into right field. Towering shot, but it'll drop into the glove of Tatis. Man, that is what you call a big league pop fly. 2 down. Good Lord. The 2 up, 2 down. We'll fix the 3D at the break. I think it has to be restarted one more time. 92 miles an hour outside wide. The right-handed bat of Rodriguez. Julio Rodriguez. 261 batter. 25 home runs, 73 RBI. 1-0, down and away, ball 2-2. Signed that multi-million-dollar deal. Was it $450 million a couple of years ago? Somewhere in that neighborhood. He's locked up for a long time as a Seattle Mariner, whether he or they like it or not. He does have an opt-out clause. I forget when it is, but it's coming up a handful of years. The 2-0, swing and a miss, 2-1. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. 94 right there on the inner track, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing. Just got a piece of it. Stay alive. We'll do it again. By the way, I don't think a lot of people know this. He is the nephew of Matt Raleigh, who played in the minor league baseball system. I'm talking about Cal Raleigh. For about 10 years. I'd say that's where he got most of his training from. He was a designated hitter primarily. The 2-2 chops it back to the mound. Yu Darvish has it, and it's 1-2-3. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the second we go. San Diego grabs the bats when we return.
It's a balk automatically with the men on.
He's never been called for a balk in his career, Luke Weaver.
Well, the umpires don't know about what they're doing.
Pedro. I think we're on a delay. Fingers crossed. We'll clean that up for the rear. That was fun.
You guys supposed to be some type of rap group?
What? Oh, and who are you supposed to be, a mariachi band?
Yes, actually.
Oh, my fault.
Shouldn't you guys be stealing or getting arrested or something?
Shouldn't you be mowing my lawn?
Here is Johnny Mize.
The big cat pounced on pitchers in the National League from the moment he put on a uniform.
Johnny Mize came up to the majors in 1936 with the Cardinals. He was a 300 hitter right out of the box, good power.
And he forged his lifetime .312 average in a unique way. Following the 1941 season, Mize was dealt to the Giants. But 1 year later, duty called, and he was off to war.
World War II really affected Johnny Mize's career. He's a guy who never got to 400 home runs, which is amazing because in his prime, he was among the most feared hitters in baseball.
Mize lost 3 prime years to the war, but still hit 359 home runs.
Mize started the All-Star game at first base for the National League 4 times before World War II, 4 times after World War II.
And he'd share the NL home run crown with Ralph Kiner in consecutive seasons.
Both with the Cardinals and then with the Giants. He was never a part of the World Series team. And then late in the 1949 season, the Yankees purchased Mize's contract from the Giants.
Big John Mize wraps one into the right field stands for a home run.
The Big Cat's clutch pinch hits helped the Yankees win 5 straight titles and earned Mize a World Series MVP award in '52. A ring for every finger on this Hall of Famer's hand.
Someone broke into my house last night and stole all my antidepressants. I hope they're happy.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Brian Wu is a fastball on the outer edge. It's 1-0. Man, I've been waiting to call one of his games for a long time. 1-0. Kicks and fires, swing, lifts it high into center field, going back near the warning track. Julio, down in the schoolyard, makes the catch. On the way. I have always wanted to call a Brian Wu ball game. I want him in Braves country. His soundbite just, it writes itself. We don't have one dialed up, I don't think, but if we did, I'd be downloading it right now. First pitch on the way is a 96-mile-an-hour P at the knees. To the right-handed batter, Xander Bogaerts. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Cleveland, by the way, went on to beat Tampa 4-3. 0-1 chops it foul. We'll get you up to date on the standings here in a second as we get our feet underneath. The second part of a double dip. Braves pounded the Marlins 12-1 in the first game. It's 0-0 here in the top of the second. Thanks for everybody tuning in and jumping in here with us. The 0-2 knocks it foul back out of play. We'll do it again. You Padres and Mariner fans just going to have to deal with the fact you're probably going to hear our chop in the background. That's what we normally do when we bring you Braves country, and all my clips are connected to it. Won't be till the off season I'll be able to fix that for the October games. The 0-2 count. Swing, broken bat to the left side. That's going to be an infield single as Bogaerts will beat it out. There's a slow roller after the broken bat. Suarez tried to charge it, but there was no chance of him getting Bogaerts going down the line. So 1 on, 1 out to start the second. Gavin Sheets comes to the plate. Suarez had to avoid the bat. It came right at him. First pitch on the way is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Wu brings it. Sinker down below the knees. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. 0-0 your score. Top of the second inning. Just going here in Seattle. The 1-1's fouled away. 1-2. Righty-lefty, the 1-2 to Gavin Sheets. Brings it. Down below the knees, 2-2. Sheets, batting .257 on the year. Thumper from the left side of the plate. The 2-2 count. Wu looks in, brings it. Way outside wide, 97 miles an hour. Full count now, 1 out. Standing on deck is Iglesias, the right-hander. Number 7 batter in the order. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here comes the throw down to second. And they're going to say he avoided the tag. I don't know how he did it. But we get the first strikeout from Brian Wu. Woo! 2 away. That's the whole reason why I want to see this game. Woo! They threw the throw, beat the tag, but J.P. Crawford, we talked about this in the past with other defenders. They just drop the tag down, the glove down, and then pop it back up, and they miss the tag entirely. And that's what happened there. Bogarts did a swim move and avoided the tag, and he's in scoring position. They're going to have to retrain these infielders to how to apply tags, because for years and years and years it was pretty much if the throw beat you, you got the call. But now with instant replay, you got to find the runner and hold the tag, because if he comes off the base, you can review it. You just don't see it much anymore. I guarantee you the next generation we're going to see it emphasized. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-1. Not full generation, but the next youngsters that are coming up, the ones who are in the early minor league system right now. Iglesias batting .227. The 1-1. 96 outside wide. Good to see everybody in the chat. Who we got here? We got Peta followed us over. George. Justin Hightower. John. I'll put in the chat something here in a bit when I get time. Something that finally hit that we talked about the last time I saw you. The 2-1 chops it over to short. The 6-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. They get one in scoring position but can't cash it in. Mariners will grab the sticks when we return here on the BCR doubleheader.
People often ask, what's the best way to handle a manager who sits on their phone all day and complains about work not being done? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
Get your ass up and show us how it's done, then, B! I'm not going to stay silent any longer. The following groups of people need to be deported immediately. People who ride tandem bicycles. Couples who share email or social media accounts. People who say yummy or delicious about anything other than food. Anyone who says lovemaking. Disney adults. Couples who sit on the same side of the booth. People who do that how old do I look thing.
You play real good, you start. You don't play as good, you work your way back in. It's the American way, except America has gotten soft. And so I apologize to nobody for that.
Hi, I'm Albert Pujols with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Consider that in each of his first 9 seasons, Pujols has hit over 300 with more than 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. The only man in history ever to do so. That's remarkable.
Pujols smokes it! Way out of here, and the Cardinals win it!
He has a small man's swing, and he has a big man's power.
Pujols has given St. Louis the lead! A dramatic, towering 3-run home run!
When you watch that guy hit, you start thinking someone could throw 120 miles an hour, and Albert Pujols would not have trouble getting around on it.
It's a gunner! A gunner!
He's just got one of those swings that's naturally made to hit a baseball.
Albert Pujols is 5 for 5 with 3 home runs.
Pujols is a perennial all-star and a multiple MVP award winner.
Albert Pujols, you talk about a most valuable player.
Black people from the hood kill me because I'm not requesting. I'm saying that they name their kids either something really old like Ezekiel or something that nobody has ever heard before.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Yu Darvish is down and in. For a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Inside, misses ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Josh Naylor, the batter, 308. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs versus San Diego this year as he came over from Arizona. The 2-0. Banged on the ground over to second. 4-3 put out. 1 down. Nothing your score. Bottom of the second inning. First pitch on the way is a strike right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 slapped into left field. That's down for a base hit. And Suarez and the Mariners got something going here. In the bottom of the second, 1 on, 1 out. First pitch on the way to Polanco is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Pass ball. Here comes the runner down to second. Looks like he beat the throw. He did. And it's a stolen base for the Seattle Mariners. Good base running there by Suarez. Kind of caught the Yu Darvish napping. First pitch on the way off of that. On the 1-1 is a strike at the top of the zone, 1-2. Polanco batting .252 on the year. The 1-0, or 1-2, excuse me. Banged down the line foul. We'll do it again. One-two count. Darvish brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got the bender from Yu. Between Yu and Wu, 2 away. Man, Darvish is another one of those guys that I wish the Braves would have gotten hold of a few years back. He's had some injury issues, but seems like he's figured it out. Changes arm angle and everything. He continues to throw well. First pitch is a ball inside to Luke Raley. Righty-lefty matchup. It's 1-0. Runner at second. The 1-0. 92 inside. Ball 2-2. Two-0 count. Darvish steps off the mound and heads a motion towards second, but holds on to the ball. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 2-1. Armchair Quarterback Show tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. Tomorrow we're doing NFL futures. We'll probably give you 1 or 2 college football picks as well for the weekend. And then Friday, it's the college football show. We'll give you a complete 6-pack of picks. 2-1 misses, ball 3-1. We'll also go over any fantasy football questions you may have. Three-1 count. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Bender off the edge. Nothing, your score. Bottom of the second inning, just getting going here in Seattle, Washington. Mariners and Padres both fighting it out. The AL and NL wild card, possibly even a division title. Both teams are hanging around in both. The payoff pitch, swing, lifts it into right center field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes the runner around to score, and it will be a 1-0 lead for the Mariners. Good piece of hitting there. As the ball was roasted into the right center field gap. They were playing it deep in the outfield. So Tatis hustled over and was able to get the ball, keep it from getting to the wall. But nonetheless, it's an RBI double. For the Mariners, they lead it 1-0. First pitch on the way to J.P. Crawford. Swing and a miss strike, it's 0-1. Luke Raley, RBI double. Raises batting average up to 215. J.P. Crawford, batting 264 on the year, pops it up. Can of corn in the sky. Manny Machado underneath it, and that'll end the inning. But not before Seattle. They draw first blood. It's 1-0. The Friars grab the sticks when we return.
Are you okay, pal?
I had a rough day on the job.
Are you going home now?
I was about to.
Well then, you just fulfilled the first rule of law enforcement. Make sure when your shift is over, you go home alive.
Well, there's been so much going on. We have so much to talk about tonight, so let's just get right to it. Alrighty.
I'm not going to White Washington. I let my church down, and I let my family down.
And didn't we let something else down, like our trousers?
Armchair.
I was talking to one of my husband's friends, and he was telling me about how he went and got his son a game system and some games or whatnot so he could take it over to his mother's house and so they could play games and stuff while he's not at his house. So anyway, he messaged him the other day and said, "Hey son, you want to play Call of Duty?" So the son messaged him back and said, "Mom took my game system away." So of course he goes and texts the ex and he said, "Why'd you take my son's game system away? What happened?" And she said, he won't let his brothers play with him, so I took it away. And he messaged her back and said, "I bought that game system. That's his game system. He don't have to share. Give it back to him." And she said, "Well, in this house, we do share." So she said he said that he texted back and said, "Oh, well, that's crazy because you got 4 kids in the house that don't share the same daddy, so give it back."
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is 96, just below the knees to Cronenworth from woo! That's 1-0. What are you talking about, John? You're talking about if you taking Gibbs over Bijan. I mean, I don't hate that as the pitch on the way evens up the count at 1-1. I don't think there's that much a difference between the 3 running backs that are ranked that high. It's going to depend on health when it's all said and done. The 1-1 slices it foul, 1 and 2. And if you believe that the new offense in Detroit is going to feature Gibbs more, which most people do believe that, I really don't hate that strategy. 1-2 count. Swing, lifts it down the line, fouling out of play. The biggest thing I would say with your first round pick, just make sure you're getting someone. I mean, any of them could get injured, so it's not like I don't worry about if I think someone's going to get hurt, whether I'm going to draft them or not. But make sure that you're getting the value from them, that when they are on the field, is the 1-2. This is high 2 and 2. That they're an automatic ace. They're going to go out there and get you points. Because you don't need to be taking big risks in the first and second round. You need steady. You can take all your dartboard throws in the 8th, 9th, 10th round. The 2-2 slices it over towards third. J.P. Crawford there, 1 away. I think it's more of a question of at what point do you take a running back? Do you stick with the old school mentality of running backs high, or do you go to the new strategy of everybody running towards the receivers? Freddie Furman, the batter, first pitch on the way is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Something on that ejection that I just saw at the break is the 1-0. Swing, chops it down the line. It's going to be a 5-3 easy put out, 2 down. Evidently, during the broadcast, the Marlins broadcast, while we were doing the game, I obviously didn't hear it. But evidently, the Marlins made the comment, the Marlins announcers made the comment, that if Acuna was really that mad, he should have charged the mound. And, of course, the Braves the social media people are all having a field day basically saying how dumb it would be because he would get suspended. As the first pitch on the way to Tatis is swung on and roasted down the left field line. It'll be a single for the Padres with 2 outs. And Ramon Laureano coming to the plate. I don't have a problem with getting suspended at this point in the season other than killing my fantasy team, but I'd be more concerned about the fact that when people make that kind of comment, they've probably never actually been in a real fight, and he probably doesn't understand when he's making that comment. You're risking breaking your hand, too, because that happens. First pitch on the way is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. And that's assuming that you don't go out there and get pummeled and get your knee twisted up or something. But let's just say he goes out there and clocks him with one punch, knocks him out. It's Rogna or door-like, right? He could still end up cracking his hand wide open. The 0-1 chops it down the line foul. It's 0-2. You got a responsibility to your team to make sure that doesn't happen. The 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Woo! Gets him out of the jam. It's 1-0 Seattle. We go to the bottom of the third here on the West Coast.
This is a fun fact for you. A leopard can drag another animal twice its weight up a tree. And then a cougar can drag a person half their age into a bed.
Are you in a relationship with a woman and you're tired of all that hooting and hollering? Well, here are surefire ways passed down from generation to generation of men on how to calm those ladies down. Number 3, just tell her to calm down. Sometimes women get all caught up in their womaning and forget the basic rules of polite discourse. A gentle reminder to calm down should simmer the situation. Remind her to relax. This helps the ladies who understand their level of energy is inappropriate, but aren't quite sure what the next step to take. And number 1, only to be used in extreme cases. You're acting like your mother, and this world doesn't need 2 bitches that crazy walking around. Just use these simple methods, and you'll never have an out-of-hand lady again.
I ran into one of my dumbass friends yesterday at the store, and we was just talking, and he looked at me and he goes, you know, I'm smart. Not only am I smart, but I'm street smart. And I was like, you know what, buddy, you are. You're Sesame Street smart.
The most popular and most notorious star of the 19th century was Michael Joseph King Kelly, the sure-handed catcher for the Chicago White Stockings. He was so skilled at stealing bases, he once stole 6 in a single game, that he inspired a popular song, Slide, Kelly, Slide. He sometimes cut across the diamond, skipping second altogether when the umpire was not looking. Kelly drank as hard as he competed. Once, A.G. Spaulding put Pinkerton detectives on his trail and accused him of having been in a saloon at 3 a.m. drinking lemonade. Kelly was indignant. It was straight whiskey, he said. I never drank a lemonade at that hour in my life.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Young from Darvish is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 dribbled up the line. Darvish has to hurry. Underhands it, tosses it to first. 1-3, 1 away. One up, one down. They'll flip the lineup over. Arozarena coming to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. The first pitch on the way too. The leadoff hitter is a Bender in the dirt. He went around. It's 1. Top, misses high. 1-1 count. Swing. Bangs it down the line, foul. So 1-2 to Randy Arozarena. Left fielder batting .239 on the year. Lined out his first time up. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the high cheese, 2 down. It's funny how there are people who are willing to take the risk for CMC, but those same people are not touching Saquon Barkley. Like, what is the difference? If you're scared of one, you should be scared of both, and vice versa. First pitch to Cal Raleigh is foul back out of play. It's 0-1. And I get the conventional wisdom that says, don't take Barkley, because the likelihood of him repeating what he did last year with that many touches is not likely to happen. Is the 0-1 off the plate wide? 1-1. But at the same token, even if he doesn't duplicate that, becomes damn close, you're going to have a pretty good production. Because what he did was all-time last year. The 1-1. Darvish brings it in the dirt. 2-1. Darvish at 43 pitches, so he's pretty good on that front. Counter side of that, Wu finished the third with 42, so he's doing well there as well. Darvish has 2 strikeouts. Wu has 3. They both allowed 2 hits. Darvish with the 1 run. The 2-1 grabs the inner part of the plate. It's 2-2. The 2-2 count. Cal Raleigh 0 for 1. Had a high towering pop fly to right field his first time up. The 2-2. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. Of course, he could be chasing down history. They were debating on whether or not he could touch 62 by the end of the season, which would break the all-time legitimate record and the all-time American League record. The 2-2, swing, pops it up. That's not going to get it. That was a high towering pop-up over just past the first base side, making the catch. Over there is Cronenworth, and that'll end the inning. Mariners go down quietly. We go to the fourth, 1-0, your score here in Seattle.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. Buttered sausage.
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
As you know, Monty, Vaughn's been working on a couple of new pitches, the Eliminator and the Humiliator, to complement his fastball, the Terminator. I heard that. Dynamite drop in, Monty. That broadcast school has really paid off.
We got a tie. We need to fix it. We need a tiebreaker.
I agree. Ties are not acceptable in fantasy football. Fantasy football is about proving that you are better than your friends, not equally as good as your friends, okay? It's not communism. We're not coveting Billy Joel cassette tapes and wearing ill-fitting blue jeans.
This helpful instructional message from the National Association of People Who Have Trouble Walking and Chewing Gum at the same time. Step, chew. Step, chew.
If I could change anything about basketball, it'd be to get rid of the X Games.
Armchair.
What do you guys want?
Let me get a fratte motete. And then let me get a Trenta pinkity drinkity.
Drinkity, pinkity, dinky, and a fratte mate.
What the hell?
A fratte mate and a frinkity, pinkity. Fratte mate.
Latte mate. I don't think we got one of those.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My first time.
Mayhem seemed to follow John McGraw wherever he went. When he got into a fist fight with the opposing third baseman in Boston in 1894, both benches empty. Fans began brawling. Someone set the stands on fire, and the entire wooden ballpark and 170 neighborhood buildings went up in flames.
Manny Machado leads it off, first pitch on the way. Gonna do a podcast type version of reactions to that ESPN draft, Justin. Trying to get it together by this weekend. I think I'm gonna play it on Saturday. As the 0-1 is fouled back out of play, it's 0-2. So I had it playing in the background, but I wasn't really paying attention. I was just kind of checking in and out while I was doing other things. We were just recording the audio. I have to go back and look at it, but I think their expert, I forget her name, she started on there a couple of years ago, but she took him really high, and she had a terrible draft. He's the 1-1 in the dirt, 1-2. I mean, she had some reaches, and all that told me was one thing. She repurposed herself to be a fantasy football expert. Is the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him one away. Wish I could remember her name, but if you've been watching their fantasy for a while, you'll know who I'm talking about, because she's never on set. She's rarely on set. She's normally like in her own little Zoom world, and they pop in and they check in on her. And I didn't watch much of the content last year, but the year before they were always, and it always seemed like she was very analytically driven, always brought decent numbers to the table. But I finally realized what she's done is the first pitch on the way is 96 off the plate. It's only one. O'Hearn, the batter, Ryan O'Hearn, the designated hitter. She has repurposed herself. She was probably in some kind of journalism field at some point, then went to sports, and then realized if she went to fantasy sports she could get a gig. Is the 0-1 inside 1-1. 1-1 count. Wu, 48 pitches in. Well, I finally realized what she did. Because her reactions in her draft smelled of somebody who has done a lot of homework but hasn't done a lot of drafts over her years. This is a 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. What up, Scooby? I wish I could remember her name. But she drafted Gentry. And she made a couple of other reaches. And the point was the 1-2, swing, fouls away. Every one of her comments, every one of her reactions was, I think this person's going to have a much better year than people realize. I think this person's going to have more sets than people realize. I'm like, but you're reaching for them. You could have had some of these people you're drafting much later in the draft, which means your team is going to stink because you're taking a lot of wild risks. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up chasing the waiver wire the entire season. 2-2 count. And that's not necessarily fantasy football. It's fantasy baseball, whatever. The 2-2. Inside, 3-2. But much more to me fantasy football than any other sport. But the only two I play anymore are baseball and football. Because the others are just boring as hell. I can't get into fantasy hockey and fantasy basketball. They're dull. There's nothing that jumps out at you. 3-2, swing, pops it down the line. But in fantasy football, if you have a bad draft, you're probably going to have a bad year because it's really hard to fix your team on the waiver wire. That's not true in baseball. There's so many players, such a deep player pool, that you could have a terrible draft and still fix your team because it's a much longer season too. So you're talking about 20-something weeks in your season normally. You can fix a team in fantasy baseball within 8 to 10 weeks if you're aggressive on the waiver wire. 3-2 to Ryan O'Hearn. Well, like I said, when I've heard her in the past, I've always like, well, you know what? She always has good stats. But that's what it is. She's probably a numbers person, but does not have any kind of real-world experience. Ryan O'Hearn bangs it high and deep into left field. Getting underneath it is Rosarena right there at the warning track. That almost left the yard. That didn't even look like it had much on it. We'll be back in a flash. It is 1-0 Seattle versus San Diego. If you don't have cable, you're going to be forced to read or something, man. You're going to get cable fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's been rough.
What city did you just move to, Wilbanks?
Houston.
With somebody listening, if anybody's in Houston, please call in. We need to get Wilbanks some cable so we can watch the game tomorrow. Let's start the Phantom party.
Or at least do the man a solid and leave your windows open so that he can peek in at the Super Bowl.
The straight guy outside your house watching the game, he's with us. Don't worry.
Armchair.
How much does a wedding ring have to cost?
Baby, it could be $50. It really doesn't matter. I just want to be in love. I want to be genuine. I want a happy, healthy marriage. So the ring, the cost of the ring, it really doesn't mean anything because it's not like I'm going to go sell it. But the ring is just a symbol of my commitment to my man. So however much he can really afford, whatever he feels like he wants to give me, I think that's better than... Listen, these hoes have 3 kids but no marriage. So I'd rather the ring and my man than the cost of it. That don't matter to me.
So, he could give you a ring pop and you would...
Baby, take me to the courthouse with that ring pop. Thank you. Hello.
I think we should use the manual.
I don't need a manual. I need a pair of wire strippers, a hammer, and a beer.
Remember those sweet, warm New England summers? Remember sipping lemonade underneath a shady tree? Remember when you hit that pedestrian with your car at the crosswalk and then just drove away? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Maybe I'm the problem. Nah, that doesn't even sound right. Stay woke in these streets.
This girl is checking me out.
No, she's not.
Oh, she's definitely smiling.
Wow, she's cute.
Right.
And smiling at the guy who just walked in.
Maybe it's her brother.
They are the same height. That is a long hug.
Maybe their father died.
Why would they be smiling?
Because they inherited money.
Okay.
How lucky am I?
Oh.
Why would they kiss?
Maybe he's trying to make you jealous.
What is working?
Okay.
Now they're leaving together.
That's,
What's that?
She's sending mixed signals. I'll give you that.
I cannot be with people who play games like this.
Very childish.
Dad, guess which is it? Is it NBA or NFL? 36 have been accused of spousal abuse. 7 have been arrested for fraud. 19 have been accused of writing bad checks. 117 have directly or indirectly been bankrupted at least 2 businesses. 3 have done time for assault. 71 cannot get a credit card due to their bad credit. 14 have been arrested on drug-related charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21 currently are defendants in lawsuits. And how many of you think NBA? How many of you think NFL? Well, the answer is neither. It's the 435 members of the United States Congress.
John McGraw would stay in baseball for more than 40 years and become one of the game's greatest managers. But he never stopped fighting, never stopped savaging umpires, and was always willing to do just about anything to win.
Braves Country HD. Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Yu Darvish is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Swing rips it through the infield. Julio Rodriguez will be on with the leadoff single for the Mariners. I don't know if you did any digging there, Justin, but I did, and I come to find out exactly who she is, and I was pretty much right on the money. As the first pitch on the way is outside wide, Josh Naylor, it's 1-0. And she was an actress. And I guess a failed actress, and started doing fantasy sports and whatnot. When you look her up, what you get is her IMDb page. You don't get anything else, because she was an actress as young as 1987 on Bold and Beautiful. I'm assuming that she was a little kid on that. So I would guess she's probably in her 30s. I really don't know how old she is, but a bunch of acting gigs for years, and then it kind of goes all to comes to a screeching halt in 2016. A few years later, she ends up start doing the fantasy stuff for ESPN. The 2-0 runner goes high, throw into center field, and he'll head on down to third. And Julio Rodriguez gets himself into scoring position all by his lonesome. A single, a stolen base, an E2. And the Mariners have a chance to double the score, leading 1-0 here. Good to see you, Fred. .3-0 count. Brings it. Swing. Chops it foul. 3-1. These double headers, if y'all haven't jumped in them before, we try to be pretty loose on what we talk about. So I'm going to bring you the game, but we can talk about anything sports related. If you want to talk about fantasy football or whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. Mariners lead at 1-0. Bottom of the fourth. Pitch inside, ball 4. Naylor will head on down to first. And they got runners on the corners and nobody out. Darvish at 53 pitches here. Trailing 1-0. Darvish steps off the mound for a second, but does not throw it to first. He hasn't thrown a pickoff pitch yet. He's just kind of steps off and trying to. It's the third time he's done that today. The first pitch swinging, lifted high and deep, going back on the track. That ball is gone. A 3-run shot from Eugenio Suarez, and just like that, it's 4-0. Just snuck over the wall, but good for pay dirt. And the Mariners jump out to a 4-0 lead here in the 4th inning. Wow. So the base is cleared. Still nobody out swinging. That pitch is blasted high. That pitch is deep. That pitch is, it's off the wall. I believe it was a foul ball just before it hit the foul pole out there. So it'll be a long strike. It's 0-1. The home run that Suarez hit went over the 376 mark out there and maybe cleared by 5 feet. I mean, it was close. Mariners come into this game a game and a half back of Houston in the divisional standings. San Diego 1 game back of the Dodgers. As far as the wild card is concerned, Seattle has the last spot in the American League wild card, 2 games behind both the Yankees and the Red Sox, and they've all played even number of games, so it's a true 2 games back. There's 3 in front of Kansas City, 4.5 in front of Texas, 4.5 in front of Cleveland. They're going to go out there and talk to Darvish real quick. In the National League wild card, San Diego 3.5 in front of the Mets, who have the final wild card spot, so they have a good cushion there. And they're a game and a half behind the Cubs for the top wild card spot. So both these teams expect to be in October. You want to be playing good baseball down the stretch. Seattle, we had a rough road trip out east, is doing just that. They're putting some good baseball together today. The 1-1 pitch to Polanco is right there for a strike. It's 1-2. One-two count, righty-lefty, pitch off the plate, 2-2. Darvish, 59th pitch of the day, misses wide ball, 3-2. So a full count, 4-0 your score. We get a chance here. We could get into some fantasy talk. The 3-2, pops it up, down the line. Foul ball into shallow left field. Machado makes the catch from the third base position. One down. Earlier today, Braves 12, Marlins 1. These are finals. Yankees 11-2 over the Nationals. Guardians 4-3 over the Rays. That's it. The rest are tonight. First pitch swinging by Rayleigh. He'll lift that deep into left field. Up against the wall, banging into the wall. Making the catch is Gavin Sheets for a loud out number 2. Man, they are absolutely torching Darvish. Schultz might want to get him out of the game. First pitch is a 1-0 count. Out to J.P. Crawford, who's 0 for 1. 9 home runs in the year. 1-0. 90 up top. 1-1. Tomorrow we'll be doing NFL Future, so we'll be making predictions based on the future odds on division, playoff chances, even Super Bowl, conference championships, that kind of thing. Doing the same for college football on Friday, but we're also going to give you our 6-pack of picks. And then everything gets going for the NFL next Thursday. The 2-1, swing, slaps it down the line, foul. We'll do it again, 2-2. Just a heads up, if you don't have a country club membership, you can still catch these shows that I'm referring to on the YouTube channel Armchair QB Radio. Putting them over there because they're radio channels that are going to start carrying us, and they got to have access to it, and I don't want to keep opening up the gate for it because I tend to forget about it. And it's also sometimes I'm pressed for time to get it open before they go live, so they can just go in and grab it whenever they want to. Some of y'all are already members of that channel. We've done a little bit of stuff on that last couple of years, but not a whole lot. But we're going to start doing all the shows over there, simulcast them, and then if you get tired of any knuckleheads and you're a country club member, you can just come on in and go over to Braves Country Radio. The 2-2, up top misses, 3-2. It'll just be those shows. The other stuff we're doing, you'll have to be a country club member. So all the different turn back times type of stuff we're doing in the off season. Is the payoff pitch, swings, slaps it down the line. And we're still only taking comments from the Braves Country Radio channel because I'm not going to set it up where I can see comments on the other. I don't expect a whole lot of people in that one anyways because we're not promoting it. The payoff pitch. Swing and a missed strike 3. Darvish gets out of that. Giving up 4 runs. Honestly, the way they've been thwacking the ball, it could be a lot more. Padres will try to get some runs when we return, heading to the 5th.
For f***'s sake, the Nigerians are drinking us under the table. Nigeria now consumes more Guinness than Ireland and the UK. This is a disgusting fall from grace for the Irish people. There are 5 million healthy drinking age Irish people and only 240 million Nigerians. That means we can't even do the drinking of 50 men anymore. It's no wonder Irish people can't get a decent paying job anymore when we lack the basic skills our grandparents were born with. Now look at us, 35, having a cocktail after work like we're Spaniards.
For 13 straight years, from 1929 through 41, Jimmy Fox drove in more than 100 runs, still an MLB record, while playing for both the Philadelphia A's and the Red Sox. It's no wonder they called him the Beast.
Fox was the strongest man I ever saw. He had arms like a blacksmith.
He loved to show his upper arms because the muscles were just popping out, and he was just a physical presence that really intimidated a lot of the pitchers of his time.
Jimmy was powerful, and when he hit a ball, it's just like a golf ball taking off. He hit the ball so hard sometimes it would flutter like a knuckleball.
Oh, you hit a line drive, I'm trying to get away from it. Ball hit me here, I went that way, the glove went that way. Vicious.
Fox hit 534 home runs in his career, and his 1,922 RBIs is the 4th most by any first baseman. Jimmy's Hall of Fame resume speaks volumes. 2 batting titles, 3 MVP awards, a career .325 average, and he's one of 2 first basemen ever to win a season's Triple Crown.
Jimmy Fox wasn't just great, he was one of the 10 best hitters in baseball history. He's one of the best hitters ever.
You know, when I say good night, I mean good night to you. I'm gonna still be up though.
Welcome back. Brian comes back to the mound, fires the first pitch inside to Sheets. It's 0-1. That surprises me. We've got about a few hundred subscribers over the last week since we brought that up on the radio stations. the 0-1. I know for the longest time it was sitting around 60. It says that we have 465 now. 1-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Kicks and fires. Swing. Lifts it. Into shallow left field. Over the infield. Suarez can't get it. And it's a leadoff single by Gavin Sheets. Kind of a jam shot. Anyone that does want to catch that, we've put the link into the chat, and it's pinned now. So if you want to go over and subscribe to it, you can. First pitch on the way is 95 miles an hour down and away. Just want to know. If we can get that channel monetized, we'll probably turn it into primarily football channel by next season. For right now, we're doing a little bit of both. The 1-0 right there for a strike man. We're going to separate, because I know a lot of baseball fans aren't football fans and vice versa. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires, chops a foul. Seattle leads 4-0, top of the fifth, a 1-2 count. Broken bat by Iglesias, who's grabbing a new one. Dust it off and get it going. A 1-2. Inside. Fisted over towards first. They'll fire it to second base. Good throw by Naylor, hitting JP right there at second. They'll get the lead runner, but the batter will be safe at first. One away. First pitch on the way to Cronenworth. He swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Four to nothing your score, top of the fifth. John's in here. Where are you drafting at? I can't remember. Is the 1-1? Evening up the count. After that, 0-1 misses. Cronenworth 0 for 1 on the day. I know Pete is drafting right in front of me, like 3 or 2 or something like that. Is the 1-1 foul tip, 1-2. I got the fourth pick. It's the worst pick to have when you're trying to host a draft online, because I'd much rather have my picks be very close to each other. Appreciate it, Justin. The 1-2. Misses 2-2. We're also probably, we're not going to do it this week. One of our games has to be a chat only, because I'm having my event on Saturday, so I'm putting the Braves game up. It'll have the 3D, but we won't be able to do the broadcast. Is the 2-2 outside wide? I'm sure I'll be jumping into the broadcast, but I can't do it. They can't be at 2 places at once. But typically what we would do with that channel, if we got it going, is that during football season next year, we would turn that into a football chat channel for football fans, and eventually I got some ideas to do it across the board for like a red zone type of thing, but that'll be in 2026. As the 3-2 fouls it straight back. Full count. We used to do a lot of football play-by-play, but there just isn't much interest in it. And you'd have to kind of be the play-by-play for one team, and I don't have any interest in doing it anymore, to be honest with you. I did at one point, and I just don't. I like doing the baseball, and I do the Army-Navy game. The payoff pitch, inside, ball 4. And he'll head on down to first, because I have to have an off season to recharge my batteries. Because I do more than just this. I work during the daytime. This takes a lot out of me, and I enjoy it, or I wouldn't be doing it. But to try to put football on with it too, it's just too much. But I'll always do the Army-Navy game because I enjoy bringing that to the fine young men and women who serve and protect this country. And that game is fun to do. If you haven't been in there, I mean, just so many great people in that chat, in that game, who are all over the place. And we've had people who are like hidden in bunkers and everything on there, and they'll tell us, they go, this is the only way I can catch the game, because I can't get radio signal, but somehow they're getting Wi-Fi. I don't understand it, because I've never been in that position, but when I saw that, it was either the first or second year we did it, I was like, well, that's it. That settles it. We're doing that as long as I can, because that means more to me than anything else. People who can't, a game that means something to them, but they can't get it because of where they're at. And ironically, they're there because they're in the Army or in the Navy or wherever they're at. Because that was my first thought was, well, why don't you just pull up Armed Forces radio? And they told me, I can't get it. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Furman, the number 9 hitter, swings at the first pitch and rattles it back foul. It's 0-1. Peter, I bet it wears you out, and you're not even really doing anything. You're just in a chat. The 0-1. Chops it foul, 0-2. I mean, that was kind of the reason why we added the multiple mods, so that y'all don't feel like you have to be here every day, Peter. As the channel grows, you have to have even more, because, I mean, when we first started doing this, the GOAT was the first one to even bring it up as the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Woo! 2 away. And when he brought it up, I hadn't even really thought of it, but at the time, and I think it's because we've blocked so many over the years, but we used to get a ridiculous amount of those spam chat ones, the ones that come in with all the colorful, watch NFL this, watch MLB that, watch college football this, and when they splash in, there's like 10 to 12 comments, and they just come in. We blocked so many over the years that I think we've got most of them beat. And as that pitch goes out to right field, first pitch swinging by Tatis, fly out, F9 the scorecard, and that'll end the inning. And also, PETA's advice has led to getting rid of a couple of them. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
They're going to choke on the wrapper. I don't give a about these ducks.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but ordering delicious food when your wife is not at home is basically cheating. So just a heads up.
Big news, I learned something new from the youth today that I would like to share with you. New terminology that they're using, you might be aware of it. I, for one, was not aware of it. That is the term fine shite. Girls were standing around my desk and one of them referenced a fine shite. Naturally, I did have a follow-up question, and that question was, what?
On June 2nd, 1925, Lou Gehrig replaced an ailing Wally Pipp at first base for the New York Yankees. He'd proceed to set an unprecedented standard for consistency and durability. Gehrig went on to play 2,130 games in a row, a streak that earned him a nickname befitting his feat.
And to give you the name the Iron Horse, that is a tribute to what you represented to your teammates.
From 1926 to 1937, Lou Gehrig was as dominant a force as baseball has ever seen.
Gehrig was a savage hitter, and not necessarily a pull hitter. Gehrig was known to hit the most ferocious line drives in all directions.
Gehrig posted numbers that were off the charts. A lifetime .340 hitter. He won 3 home run titles, won the Triple Crown in 1934, and was a 2-time MVP. He was a finely tuned RBI machine who finished 5 shy of 2,000. The most runs driven in among first basemen in the modern era.
Gehrig was one of the most prolific RBI men in baseball history. Drove in 175, 174, 184, which still is the American League record.
Of course, Lou's career and life were cut short by the terminal disease that now bears his name. But his greatness on the field and his courage in the face of death will never be forgotten.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Money doesn't buy happiness, cool, but it would buy me takeout every day, and that would make me the opposite of sad.
Welcome back to Braves Country Radio. Righty-lefty matchup. Jacob is now on the mound for the Mariners. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0, so Darvish's day is done. He just didn't have it. 1-0, high and inside, 2-0. I think we all jinxed Atlanta. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. Whew. This has been the toughest year there is. I've seen some bad years with the Braves, but we've never had the expectations. And I've also always had the option of dipping out and going, all right, I'm not watching this crap. I'd have it on in the background or something. But I don't have that option anymore. It's just like, man, brutal sitting through every pitch, trying to hold your tongue sometimes. And I know I don't do a great job of that, but man, I get just frustrated watching that team. When you know they have the ability, is the 2-1. Up top, first strike, 2-2. If I ever got a gig like at one of the professional, I'd have to change my entire demeanor, because you can't just trash, players and coaches and umpires, because there's all these bosses you have to answer to. That's why I like Braves Country Radio, because I feel like it's the way the fan thinks. But if I ever got a gig, I'd have to have some kind of a stress ball or something keeping me under control. The payoff pitch is popped up back behind home plate. Furman's got it. 1 down. The perfect job would be you get hired away. It's a team you have no emotional affiliation with, right? So you just go in. I could call a great professional broadcast for like the Kansas City Royals or something, because I didn't grow up watching them. I see the Braves uniforms, I'm just like, ow, what the? And it affects me for 2 hours after the game when they lose. First pitch swinging by Rosarena. Bangs it over to first, 4-3, 2 down. I laugh sometimes like, man, you get so wound up about a team that doesn't know you exist, has never known you existed. And they're mailing it in half the time. They're up there just taking quick swings. Let's get on the plane. Let's get home. And you're over there living and dying with every pitch. Kyle Raleigh, he takes the first swing and bangs it on the ground over towards second, 4-3, and that'll end the inning. Well, that was quick. I think that was 2 pitches, then of course the full count. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR doubleheader. We go to the 6th. In Washington.
Favorite kind of friends are the ones that will text you, guess what I just did? And you have to wonder if they just went on a shopping spree or committed a felony.
Are Irish men romantic? No. These are vicious rumours being spread by Hollywood to put work on the common Irish man. We don't want to have to live up to Paul Mescal going around saying poems with his nice body. You won't find any of that in this country. He doesn't even understand what he's saying. He's just reading it for money, which I've got nothing but respect for. We are not the French. Thank God. I've been to France. They don't even want to be themselves. I'll give you an example of an Irishman. Last year, a friend of mine bought his girlfriend a lovely Valentine's Day card, and in the middle of the Valentine's card it said, in a beautiful font, Happy Valentine's Day. So he didn't write anything else in the card. He felt that was everything that needed to be said. If an Irishman really loves you, he's just going to start asking if you're hungry, because he wants to get a dinner into you. I don't care about if people are hungry unless I'm in love with them. I mean, I don't want them to starve.
In order to make our top 9, you had to have played at least 1,000 games at second base. That would be the only reason you won't see the great Jackie Robinson in this show. So let's find out who did make this most exclusive club, starting with number 9. Before Bobby Grich became a full-time power-hitting second baseman, he plied his craft at a different position.
Bobby was a shortstop originally, and we had to make room for him on the team.
He thought so much of Grich that they were able to send Davy Johnson, their second baseman, to the Atlanta Braves, and Grich really thrived.
There's a long drive, left field, way back, it's gone, and the ball game is over.
Bobby did things that winners do. He was a terrific second baseman. He was fearless, and the most intense player, or at least one of the most intense players that I ever played with.
Major League Baseball, outfield Mount Rushmore. 3 greatest outfielders of all time. Who's your pick?
Welcome back. Hopefully that'll speed things up there, Justin. Way I have it set up today, because I was doing the Miami game in the market, I can't see y'all's screen as well, so I didn't realize it was behind. It was the first pitch from Woo! He just got Laureano in the back. Woo! He'll head on down to first. That'll smart for a while. 90 plus up in the ribs. As Pedro Martinez once said poetically, sometimes you just got to give a man a rib sandwich. He'll head on down to first. He was asked in a post-game interview after smoking, I think it was A-Rod, but whoever it was a Yankee. And he got mad. I'm almost positive it was the A-Rod hit where him and Veritek got into it, and they asked Pedro afterwards if he hit him on purpose. He said, sometimes you just got to give a man a rib sandwich. It was either after that or it was right before that, and A-Rod was mad about it. I just remember it was in that time frame. One of my friends was trying to call me on the phone the other day, and so long story short, texted me. I finally called him back. He's like, dude, you never answer your phone. Dude, I'm always on air, so I have everybody blocked. You can't call me. It's designed that way. Because if not, I've got friends calling all the time. I got a couple of them mad years ago because they would call during my morning radio show, which, by the way, was Monday through Friday, every morning at the same time, right? And finally, I would just answer the phone, put them on speaker, and go, what's up, man? Get bad. Don't put me on the air. I'm like, quit calling me. You know I'm on the air. That was a great bit. I wish we had had that recorded. First pitch on the way to Machado is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Greg doesn't like the Padres. Iron Lung doesn't like the Padres. Is Greg a Dodger fan or is he from Braves country? He's not a country club member, so I'm not sure. The 0-1. Outside wide 1-1. No, I'm not popular. That's for sure. But the phone calls I do get, nobody can get to me. Because it eliminates the spam, too. You're sitting on the air like, that phone goes off. It's an annoyance because it's also a small computer I keep by me to check stats and whatnot. The 1-1 fouls back, it's 1-2. I guarantee you PETA gets the most of the phone calls in this chat, but I answer the least, if that makes sense. 1-2, 2-2. I think there's like 4 or 5 people on the planet that can call and actually get through. You know, like a real emergency. Your wife, your mom. The 2-2 count. Outside wide, 3-2. I my sisters. I think I've got 2 buddies that call because they've known this long enough where they won't call. Those are the only 2 I can think of that if they called they could get through. The rest, and I never take it off Do Not Disturb like ever because I'm like I'm always recording or I'm live. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. And it was easier to do that than to get mad every time, right? So it's just like, just kick it to voicemail. Greg's a Giants fan. Man, Greg, I wish the Giants were doing better. I was going to pull for them. And the Braves fell apart. Saw they're like 3 or 4 games under 500 now. I've always liked the Giants. First pitch on the way is a slap into left field down for a base hit. And the Padres have the tying run coming to the on-deck circle. So runners on first and second. 1 out. Some of it has to do with Buster Posey. Big Buster Posey fan. So I remember going and seeing him play in college. But then also growing up just disliking the Dodgers for a number of reasons. When you figure out at a young age, man, the Dodgers really hate the Giants. Go Giants. That's my only theory behind that. Looks like they're going to go out there and have a quick mound visit. Spire, is out there, the left-hander tossing for the Mariners. Is that true, Justin? Or are you making a joke that I'm not catching? Are they asking for donations or something? Yeah, but you probably know when he's calling, right, Peter? I mean, that's different. I'm talking about, I'll just get I will give you an example. I would get guys, buddies of mine, and this has been going on for years. This is back when we did the daily morning show. I do more play-by-play than I do morning shows anymore. But you would think it would be easier to keep track of it. As the first pitch on the way is down in for a ball, 1-0. And they knew we were doing sports gambling talk on the radio. And they would call me at that time to ask me a sports gambling question. I'm like, call the station so I can use you as a caller. Don't call my phone and ask me. As the 1-0 misses inside, 2-0. And you get the same response every time. Well, I don't really want to talk on the air. I just want to know who you like. I'm like, dude, you're killing me. You're literally taking my life away. The 2-0 count, 96 right down the pipe, 2-1. Woo's at 87 pitches, so this is probably his last inning. Oh, gotcha, Peter. I thought he had like a designated, this is the day, this is the time he can call. I watched too much Orange is the New Black. The 2-1 pops it up, high in the sky, can of corn, second base side. Young will make the catch, 2 down. Oh, you're the local board. Okay, I thought you were making a joke like they're calling me because people want to meet me. That's what I was thinking. Just making a joke, because I'm thinking making wishes to meet someone really famous like a Taylor Swift, or you get to throw the ball with Dan Marino. And Justin's like, man, Make-A-Wish always calling me, wanting to shake my hand, want me to show them how to dance. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. First pitch on the way to Gavin Sheets is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Mariners lead it 4-0, but the tying run stands on deck. Sheets trying to keep it right where it's at. The 1-0. Bang! 96 miles an hour right down the pipe. Is this at least somewhat? Okay, yeah, it's right there. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing, rattles it off the... Thought he got a piece of Raleigh, but it must have gotten a piece of the home plate umpire instead, because Cal Raleigh jumped up to check on the umpire. Take a look at that again. It fouls off the bat, straight back. Oh, went off his glove and then into the umpire's mask. It's Will Little behind the plate. Barksdale is down the first base line. Wills is at second, and Jimenez at third. I don't think we were able to go over that because we ran in here by the seat of our pants. Well, if he's a Braves fan, Peter, then you got to let all things pass. That's the rule. 1-2 count. Is it the GOAT? I haven't seen him in a while. Did he finally get caught doing something? The 1-2 count. Swing, dribbles it up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Here comes the runner around third to score, and the Padres are on the board. 3-1 the score, or 4-1 to score. A 3-run lead for the Friars. Worm burner back up the middle under the glove of Wu, and in between the 4-6 hole. You couldn't have thrown it in a better spot. If he's able to get a piece of it or anything, knock it down, keep it in the infield, the runner would have had to stay at third, but instead it's 4-1, and now the tying run at home plate. Iglesias, the batter, Jose Iglesias. First pitch all in the way. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. Mr. A is a Padres fan, I take it. The 0-1 chops it down the line, foul. It's 0-2. Pull the screen back so y'all can see it just a little better. In case there's a play at the plate. The 0-2, banged on the left side of the infield, and that's going to be an infield single. Iglesias beats it out, and the bases are going to be loaded. He jumped off the mound, grabbed it, turned, fired to first. Did everything he could to get the runner, but it was just a rolling infield single. And Iglesias hustle, beat it out. I mean, he barely beat it. They're coming out there to talk to Wu. Looks like they're just coming out there for a chat. Every time I see the name Jose Iglesias, I think of Julio Iglesias, if y'all remember that. No, they are going to bring in Spire. Okay. He was out there chatting for a while. I guess he was buying time. I don't know what that was about. We'll be back in a flash. 4-1, but the tying run is at first as the bases are juiced. This date in 1897, Washington Senator, 18-year-old right-hander Roger Bresnahan makes his major league debut, shutting out the St. Louis Browns 3-0, en route to posting a perfect 4-0 record with a 3.95 ERA. The teenager's pitching time on the mound will be short-lived when the Duke switches to behind the plate to start a Hall of Fame career as a catcher. On this date, 1952, the Brooklyn Dodgers set the National League record for consecutive games with a double play when they complete a twin killing in their 23rd consecutive contest. A 10-5 loss to Chicago at Wrigley Field. The fifth inning 1-4-3 double play, King to Jackie to Hodges, leaves Brooklyn just 2 shy of the Major League record. And on this date in 19 1982, Rickey Henderson breaks Lou Brock's 1974 single-season record of 118 stolen bases in the team's 5-4 loss to the Milwaukee Brewers. The A's outfielder, who will finish the season with 130, ends the day with 122 after swiping 4 bases in the day's contest at County Stadium. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. I'm referring to the playoffs, John. If we get like a Phillies-Dodgers NLCS, it's like the worst of both worlds for me. I can't imagine. First pitch on the way is high and outside, bangs off the glove of Cal Raleigh. He'll leap to his feet, sliding stop, fires it back to home plate. Runners will stay put. It's 1-0. What were they going to say? I'm missing something. The ball hit him? He pulled back. Oh, it did hit him, top of the arm. So it's 4-2. He didn't react as though he got hit at first. He pulled back. Man, I don't know if I like that call, to be honest with you, because he was hit by the pitch because he showed for bunt. First pitch on the way is a strike right down the pipe. Freddie Furman, the number 9 hitter, it's 0-1. Standing on deck is Fernando Tatis. 4-2 your score. Locked up in a tight one. Tying run standing at second base now, the 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. I think that's who I'd probably pull for, Raymond, is Dodgers, but I don't know. If that ends up being the NLCS, we might have to do the ALCS. That might just be nauseous the whole time. The 1-1 fouls it away. 1-2. One-two count. What about Mets Dodgers? Oh, would y'all still go Dodgers? The 1-2. Outside wide, 95 mile an hour from the southpaw. It's 2-2. Seattle 4, San Diego 2. Big spot here in the game. Spire digging in, brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. Smoke him if you got him, because he got him. We'll head to break. Bottom of the 6th we go. The Mariners clinging to a 2-run lead.
You come at the K, you best not miss.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
Nobody's got anything bad to say about Dustin Pedroia. Okay, if he didn't mention Dustin Pedroia, I wouldn't have said a word. But the fact that he mentioned Big Papi in the steroid era, when you want to bring that clown, that joke of a player up, they broke a great player. Ted Williams was one of the greatest players ever, and the fact that he would bring the fact up that he broke his record after he's pumping steroids in his behind, I don't want to hear about it. You could have picked 10 better Red Sox than Big Papi.
I like him. I'm a Red Sox
Of course
fan.
you like him. You like the Gators. You like Aerosmith. There's a lot of things you like that the rest of the world don't. I don't know much, but I know one thing. Billy Bills gets to show game ball today.
Armchair.
You're not sick tonight, are you? Good. Your tongue's going to be hanging out. Tell him to throw up on his own time.
You think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list. We come to things at various times in our lives, when we can comprehend them, when we have an interest in them. But we have a child's interest in baseball, in my case from the time I was 5. I can't imagine never having an interest in baseball. So it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
Braves Country Radio, pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. BCR doubleheader. Braves Country Radio. We got the Mariners with a 2-run lead against the Padres. First pitch on the way from Jacob to Julio Rodriguez is a ball. That was right down on the outer edge. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, lifts it into right field. Coming in, making the catch. Running catch, 1 out. One on, 1 out. And Schultz going to come out. What the? I hate managers like this. Guy throws one pitch. Okay, we got to go get him. That's enough. We'll be back in a flash. I never have liked Schultz way back in his days in St. Louis.
Guys, is your wife one of them women that can take a simple text and make you an evil person out of it? She texted me today and she was like, hey, for our birthday week this summer, I rented a cabin up in the mountains. And I read that and I was like, oh, that's awful sweet of her. I was busy, I was working, I just texted back and I said, okay, sounds good. Well, as soon as I stuck my phone down in my pants pocket, bing, it hit again. I look at it and it says they got a pavilion up there. They play music out on Saturday night. We might want to go to that. So I just texted back, okay, sounds good. Pow, stick that phone back in the pocket. As soon as it hits the bottom of my pocket, bing. Get it out and I look at it and it says you don't have to dress up. We can dress up if you want to. I'm going to leave that up to you. What do you think? Whatever you want to do, babe, be just fine with me. Sounds good. Bam, put my phone back in my pocket. About a minute goes by. It goes off. I get it out, look at it, and it says, well, if you don't want to go, you just tell me and I'll cancel it.
The winning run of Ozzie Albies. He got a pretty good jump. Flew under the tag in Atlanta. A single could win this game. Austin Riley stands at the plate. Here's the swung on, and it is roped down the line. It's going to rattle around, and oh, baby boy, here comes Ozzie Albies. He's going to score. The Braves walk it off in fine fashion. Oh, my word, the first pitch, and it is absolutely scooping it down the line.
That's so interesting that it would come out 90 feet. That somebody sat down, Mr. Cartwright or whoever, and said, hey, it ought to be 90 feet. It just sounded like a logical number. The fact of the matter is, in retrospect, if it were 88 feet, the game would be very different. Think of the plays at first base. Think of the double plays that wouldn't be completed. If it were 94 feet, we'd be throwing people out all over the place. Batting averages would drop remarkably.
Welcome back. Lefty-lefty matchup. Wandy Peralta fires the first pitch down and in. For a ball, it's 1-0. Josh Naylor, the batter. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. One count. Infield back into the right. Pitch, swing, pops it back foul. Over towards the third base dugout, but it'll bend out of play. Later on tonight, on this Wednesday night, you've got Red Sox Orioles, 6:35. Blue Jays and Twins at 7:07. Mets and Phillies are at 7:10. There's the 1-2. Down and away, 2-2. Brewers host the Diamondbacks at 7:40. along with the Royals and White Sox at that time. 7:45 on FS1. It's Pirates and Cardinals. The 2-2 chops it foul. I didn't know FS1 still did games of the week. So used to catching everything on the MLB. I had no idea they were still doing FS1 games. 2-2 count. Brings it. Swing. Rocks it down the line. Foul. Do it again. Reds and Dodgers are tonight. 8:40. Seems early for Dodger country. I guess it's a getaway day in sorts for Cincinnati, LA. I'm not sure why it's at that time. Pitch on the way, swung on, grounded into right field, and that'll be a base hit. So 1-out single for Josh Naylor and the Mariners. Cubs and Giants tonight at 9:45. That's essentially, 5:40 their time? That is a strange start. I wonder why that is. I don't see it as a national game, so I don't know why. I don't think I've ever seen them start a game at that time. Pitch on the way to Suarez is right there for a ball. It's 1-0. If anybody's familiar with why they're doing a game at 5:40 local time in Los Angeles, put it in the chat, because I've never seen that. I've seen it for other teams. 9:40 Eastern, but 8:40, that's usually the Rockies time frame in Arizona. 1-1. There we go again. We got an umpire standing at home plate. I don't know what that is, but man, that scarecrow thing that happens every once in a while on this thing is annoying. It's got to be in the interface. 1-1, 96 up top, 1-2. Four to 2 your score. Suarez standing at the plate. Swing and a miss. Chase went off the plate. 90 mile an hour. A little bit out wide. 2 down. He's kicking the bat, heading back to the dugout. He is 2 for 3 with a 3-run home run and 2 runs scored. Polanco, the batter. Designated hitter takes the first pitch up top, first strike. It's 0-1. Speaking of Angel, has anybody subscribed to their app, their movies and television channels, the 0-1 swing and miss? It's 0-2. They've actually got some pretty good content. The problem is they charge quite a bit for what little content they have. But it kind of goes to a good cause if you look at the fact that Big Hollywood kind of is evil. It kind of goes to a good cause. But anyways, there's some pretty good shows on there. We've caught one good movie and they turned it into a show, the O2. Swung on, smokes it down the left field line. That ball bounces over the wall, and that will save a run. They'll have runners on second and third for the grounds rule double. And Polanco puts 2 runners in a scoring position, but if that ball stays in play, Naylor's going to score from first. They have a short porch there. It's considering your track of thinking, Peter, you'd probably like it, to be honest with you. The reason why we gave it a try was because the guy that was in the movie that they turned into a show, I'm trying to remember the name of it. But I had heard about him for a long time. I'd seen him in all these shows and movies. And I saw a thing a few years back as Niebla's out there to talk to the to Peralta, San Diego pitching coach. Anyways, he'd been on record several times of telling everybody the reason why you always see me as a TV villain, a movie villain, is because I won't be a love interest because I refuse to kiss another actress on camera, because the only actress I'll ever kiss, or the only person I'll ever kiss, is my wife. And a lot of people think that's nutty and kooky dukes, but I got to respect the guy. He's got principles, right? And so he finally did a movie where, I can't remember the name of it, something, it's a cowboy movie, that's all I can tell you, like My Last Rodeo or something like that, whatever that gets called. First pitch on the way off of that break to Robles is off the plate wide. It's 1-0. And they finally casted his wife in the film as the short story long without me spoiling anything for you. So I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And I've been following this, and you would know the guy if you could think of his name. But anyways, he's a pretty famous actor, but you always see him as a villain in all kinds of stuff. He's in Tulsa King. He's in all kinds of stuff. Well, then they did another movie, and they've turned that into a show, and it's pretty darn good. But once again, you're paying for this subscription for very little content because they just don't have. But they've gotten access to other older movies, and it's worth your while if you're willing to. I would think it's $10 a month if you're willing to support something. I think it's a good thing to support. The 2-1 down and away, 3-1. 3-1 count. Yeah, I don't control any of that, Justin. All I can do is let it ride. I can restart it at the break, but that's all I can do. 3-1 count. Pitch on the way, down and away, ball forced. The bases are loaded. I can try to do it now. But if it gets hung up, then there's nothing I can do about it until the inning ends. And it's happening more and more. Last couple of weeks, we really had some bad issues. Now you got nothing. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-0. Right there at the knees. 1-1. Yeah, so I guess that's his name, John Giant. I just know him by face. He's been in so much stuff that I've watched, but I did not realize that because I was like, man, he's always a damn villain, but I had no idea why that was until I saw the interview a few years back. 1-1, chops it over to first. And that'll end the inning. You'll have to take my word for it. We'll try to reset it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
House cat flu is coming, people. The Center for Disease Disinformation predicts with some degree of probability that the house cat flu might spread in the following hypothetical outbreak pattern: mild thirst, occasional hunger, tiredness at night.
Are you pro or con against the bat flip? Just overall celebration.
I'm right there in the middle. I'm not going to take either side. I'm more against it, I guess. But if a pitcher is going to be out there dancing and running his mouth, and you get a home run off him, I'm completely okay with a bat flip. Screw you, buddy.
Well, I for one want to get a Papelbon jersey because anyone that chokes out Bryce Harper, man. I am Team Papelbon.
Armchair.
I hear these fools on TV talking about defund the police and things like that. We need police reform and prison reform and things like that. So that notion they keep saying that, I'm like, wait a minute, we just gonna leave, who are people supposed to call? Ghostbusters when we have crime in our neighborhoods?
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio. your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
The local paper did a 50-year anniversary thing, and there was a reprint of a game that he had played in 1892, and it said Watts. His name was Fred Watts, shortstop, and he had 2 hits. And I thought, my grandfather played baseball in 1892. So it's part of your existence. It's part of our heritage.
Four to 2 your score, top of the 7th inning. Matt Brash is on. 1.77 ERA. He can bring it. Righty-righty matchup takes on Fernando Tatis. Tatis swings at the first pitch. For a strike, it's 0-1. Infield back into the left. We've restarted this screen. They still have that damn ghost at the plate. The 0-1 swing. That ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track, making the catch at the wall for a loud out number 1 is Julio down in the schoolyard. Man, I thought he got a hold of that one. That'll bring Ramon Laureano to the plate. He took one in the ribs his last time up. 0 for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. Laureano batting .298. I believe the Braves DFA'd this guy. First pitch on the way, 96 inside. Just want to know. One thing I will say about him this year, he looks like he's in better shape than he was when he came to the Braves. He must have taken the offseason seriously because he wasn't in bad shape last year, but he looks like he's much more put together than when he came to Atlanta last year. He looked like we rolled him out of a gutter on a bender. The 1-1 down and away, nasty slider, 2-1. 2-1 count. Outside wide, 3-1. Four to 2 your score. The 3-1 pitch swing pops it up. Can of corn. First base foul territory, 2 down. Josh Naylor on the catch. F3 in your scorecard. I guess he's got to get back on him because that home run missed by what, 3-4 feet. So if he would have been juicing, that Tatis home run would have been gone, and I would get more points on my fantasy team. Well, you got to have priorities around here. First pitch swinging by Machado is a swing and a miss for a strike. It's over. Aha. Adam Thielen did go to the Vikings. The 0-1. Outside wide 1-1. Saw that rumor like a week ago. They kept bringing it up. I guess he finally went. 1-1 count. Makes a lot of sense considering the fact Justin Jefferson's on the shelf for 3 weeks before the season can get going. 2-1 count. Brash. Tell you how I know this guy's good. I made a trade for him on my Dynasty MLB The Show team. The 2-1 swing. That ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track, making the catch is Julio down at the schoolyard. So we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch. West Coast country? I don't know. We'll be back in a flash. 4-2, bottom of the 7th. First pitch misses outside from Morgan to Young. It's 1-0. Misses to him. 2-0 count. Bottom of the 7th, 4-2 Seattle. Young, the number 9 hitter, standing in. The pitch, swing, pops it up. Left field line, making the catch out there is Sheets. One away. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way is off the plate there for a strike. It's 0-1. Rosarena, the number 1, the leadoff hitter. For 3 on the day. The 0-1, outside wide. Batting .238. Seems like a strange choice for a leadoff hitter for me. And there was a right-hander on the mound, so I don't know why that is, but I don't watch enough of their games to know if he was routinely the leadoff hitter. He's 1-1, misses outside wide, 2 on that. Seems like to me you'd have a Rosarena further down the order and have someone who gets on base a little more. The 2-1, outside wide, 3. He is a streaky hitter, so maybe he's in the middle of a hot streak. Like I said, I haven't done the research on it. Seems like you can pick a few more of the guys you could have put up there. I mean, even Polanco is batting .253. 3-1 count. Swing, chops it over to short. 6-3 put out. 2 down. Two down and Cal Raleigh to the plate. First pitch on the way, down and into Raleigh. It's 1-0. Raleigh with 50 home runs on the year. Pitch down and away. 2-0. So to get that record, he'd have to get 12 home runs in the last little over 4 weeks. The 2-0 misses high and out of the zone. 3-0. It's possible, but you would have to get scalding hot to get that. I think it's more likely he finishes around the 55, 56. Yeah, but Schwarber has a high on-base percentage, John. Like, that's something people miss. He's got a high on-base percentage. 3-0 inside. Ball 4. He'll head on down to first. Now, it's true he either strikes out, walks, or home runs. I mean, it's usually not, but he does walk a ton. And if you're hitting 45 home runs, it doesn't matter where you hit in the lineup. I'm not going to complain, but I mean, Randy Rosarena ain't quite that. He's a lot of things, but he's not going to go out there and clock 45 for you. Not in the middle of August. Maybe 2 years. First pitch on the way is a pitch off the plate. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Now I'm looking at Rosarena's numbers. His OPS is below 800. He's got 25 home runs, 64 RBI, 24 stolen bases. I can kind of see the argument. It's just a strange, considering the other options they have, I don't think I'd have him leading off. The 1-1 golfs it towards right field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit, seeing eye single, and the ball comes out of Tatis's hands. The third base coach, I don't think, was watching it, or he might have sent Raleigh around to score. Raleigh, of course, couldn't see it because his back was to it heading to third. He might have been blocked, but Tatis came to get the ball, and it popped back out of his hand, kicked away. I guess it didn't get that far enough away. That'll be it. Schultz going to come get him middle of the inning. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Bullpen doors swing wide open. And Matsui coming to the bump.
I gained and lost 60 pounds in 3 months.
Wow, that's almost impossible.
Well, first of all, through God, all things are possible, so jot that down.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
I know I'm going to get some hate for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Why aren't modern day mothers mothering like the mothers back in the day? Let's take Grandma's purse, for example. Grandma's purse was like a Swiss Army knife. It had all of your wants, needs, and desires for travel. Grandma had actual peppermints. She had Halls in her purse. She had water in her purse. She even had snacks in her bag. She also had her pop stick for when y'all acting up during service. Yeah, Grandma's purse was a place of refuge. Nowadays, y'all spend $10,000 on the purse and can't even fit a pack of gum in it.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of holding your dad's hand, walking through that dark tunnel, and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Naylor for Matsui. It's 0-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. 4-2 your score. Seattle leads. Matsui and the Padres trying to keep it right here. 0-1. Good curveball there on the outer edge. It's 0-2. Raleigh standing at third, 90 feet away. We'll make it a 3-run lead. The 0-2 pops it up. Over by the first base dugout. It'll bounce off the top of the dugout into the crowd. Braves Phillies tomorrow night right here. The 0-2 count. I forgot to check that. I bet they've already announced. 1 second, I'll figure that out for you. So some kind of a warning was given to Matsui. I don't think they gave him a ball because I don't see it on the screen, but maybe it's been misunderstood. So right now we got the 0-2 count, flips it over to first. We've got both the Seattle and San Diego video pulled up, so I don't see either one changing the count, so I'm not sure what that was about. The 0-2, outside wide, 1-2. One thing is being reported by Mark Bowman of the MLB is that is the 1-2 swing. That ball is fouled. Did it roll back fair? I guess it didn't. It's going to be a 2-3 put out. That'll end the inning. Odd ending to the inning. It corkscrewed foul, then came back in fair. And Naylor's down 2-3 on the put out. We'll talk about what Snickers said when we come back here on Braves Country. 8th inning we go.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay.
Get it! Hey!
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is no.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
Yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Everybody's attention for 1 minute. Here's something I need to say to everybody. I like fat women, and they like me. Anybody got a problem with that? Anybody? Big girls need love too, baby.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is a 96-mile-an-hour sinker at the knees from Bizzardo. It's 0-1. Bizzardo. Bizzardo world, Edward Bizzardo. Down and in. Man, that is a net. What the heck was that? Was that a slider? Curveball? That thing zipped down like a wiffle ball. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Right there for a strike, 1-2. One-two count. In the dirt, 2-2. There was something that happened like that a few years back with the John How long have you been in here in the chat? I can't remember. When was that? It was either 22, maybe going into 23. Had to change our 7th inning. Is the 2-2 down and in? 3-2. And it was something very bizarre, but it just got so monotonous of fighting, I just gave up on it. There was a clip for the take me out that was 3-2 right there, caught looking strike 3. Nasty pitch. Guess that's his sinker. Man, he is filthy. One away. Well, I used to have the original Take Me Out, the one that Ed Meeker made. Anyways, long story short, it's public domain, but you fight the rights that someone has grabbed overseas, and they want to make a claim, and it wasn't worth it. I got sick and tired of it, so I said, you know what, we're just going to take it out. So technically in the United States, I would win every time, but I would have to fight them every single time. I was just like, I'm not doing it. The 0-1, outside wide 0-2. And I like our mashup now anyways, but I really like that old mashup because it was a throwback to the original. It was scratchy as hell. It was from the 1900s, from I think it was before 1910. So it was public domain, but long story short, it just wasn't worth fighting. Whatever the heck, someone had it overseas. That ball was fouled off into the leg of Bogarts. He's rolling around on the ground for a second. It appears to be okay. We're gonna dip out of here for a second and bring the screen back, because now nobody's on the damn screen. Might have gotten him on the ankle, fouled it off and went straight into his ankle. Bogarts is down on one knee. Sheets is over him along with the trainer, and Schultz is standing next to him. Let's see if we can get this in here. There we go. Yeah, it's exactly what it was, John. So I think it was Europe. I don't remember. I just remember going, all right, I've had enough. Because we fought it. Jason would alert me, and I would fight it, and it would take a week and a half to get it resolved. And you had to do it every single... I was like, you know what? I've had it, man. I've had it. 1-2 count. Bogart stands back in the box. He appears to be okay. That's going to be on some ice tonight when he gets done. The 1-2. Strike 3. Got him. 97 on the outer track. 2 down. Yeah, I like the new mashup just because one of my favorite things, not just because it's Harry, but also where he goes, y'all sound better tonight. When we found that mashup together, I like that one a lot. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss, 97 miles an hour. It's on one. I don't think all Braves fans appreciate it because they're probably like, oh, that's not a Harry's not a Brave, but man, it's all in the family. We're talking about Skip coming over and Chip and a lot of people probably don't remember it, as the 0-1 is right there. It's 0-2. But they did some crossover broadcasts, TBS and WGN in the 80s, with all of them, with Skip and Harry. The 0-2, grounded over to first, underhands it. Bizzardo stands on the back, and that'll end the inning. Man, he's probably not on the trade market, but that's an impressive reliever right there for Seattle. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
What do you want Sienna to bring you for Christmas?
Chicken nuggets.
No, toys. What kind of toys?
I don't want a toy.
What? You just want chicken nuggets?
Yeah.
Hey, does Tay Diggs follow you on Twitter?
No, but Kraft Singles does.
Tim Tebow. He circumcises kids in Vietnam or something.
Philippines, I believe.
Thank you. Sorry.
That seems like a hobby.
It feels like it should be illegal.
You're making this
I'm
up.
not making this up.
Dead ass, dude.
And they said he also assisted in a few dental operations over there. So, I mean, it's just the Wild West.
But it's like, out of all the things they need, they're like, Tim, should you give them money? He's like, no. What else? What about, like, food? He's like, keep going. I can't, they'll get that. Oh, these kids are uncircumcised. What did you say?
Poor Tebow.
Poor Filipino kid! Can we get a doctor in here?
Hey, can I tell you one thing? That's 3 holding penalties on one football team in a quarter and a half. That ain't funny.
I was today years old when I found out people don't like gingers. Are you?
Oh, hold on now, sister. That was a hard R. That R was pretty hard on that. We usually say it with an A. And usually only my fellow red can say it. So, no suspect if you ask me.
Virginia, April 3rd, 1862. It is astonishing how indifferent a person can become to danger. The report of musketry is heard but a very little distance from us. Yet over there on the other side of the road is most of our company playing bat ball. And perhaps in less than half an hour, they may be called to play a ball game of a more serious nature. Frederick Fairfax, 5th Ohio Infantry.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Matsui is grounded over to third by Suarez. 5-3 putout, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 8th. Justin, you don't understand how much stuff I got in front of me. Like, y'all got a phone in front of you. I've got, let me count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13 screens that I'm looking at once. And this is actually less than what I normally have. Oh, 14. I forgot the one in front of me that has what you're talking about. 14 screens in front of me. Snickers said he didn't think Gusto's pitch had any intent. But because Acuna was hit with the pitch that followed Olsen's home run, he believed the optics gave the umps reason to toss Gusto. And that's why he got thrown out, because I guess he replied to it. And I didn't see anyone report what he said. The only thing I'll say to that is 99 times out of 100, they're going to warn you before they throw you out. So that's BS. The 0-2 outside wide 1-2. So either he doesn't understand that because he rarely challenges umpires' decisions, or he's lying to cover up what he really said. You know, tell someone where their mother can go or something like that. The 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down. He's going to see if there is, should be. I don't think he ever. I hate that they lost that one dude that covered the Braves, because he used to break things down. Nope, he didn't do any of it. So let me see if I can find the other guy. There's 3 predominant guys that cover the Braves now that actually go to the games. Well, go to the home games. As the first pitch on the way, swung on, rolled over to short, and that ball's going to go off the glove of Bogarts, and Robles is going to be safe. Should be an E6. You wonder if Bogart's ankle's still bothering him. don't see any. All right, let me try one last guy. First pitch on the way. Robles fakes like he's going to second, heads back to first. Wasn't Victor Robles, wasn't he the one that got kicked out the other day in the minor leagues for throwing the bat? And he's already playing Major League Baseball. He said he was getting suspended. Was that just suspended from minor league games? I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but I'm almost positive that was him. 1-0, high and inside to him. He threw a bat at a pitcher who hit him with the pitch. And he chucked the bat at him. So they kicked him out. He apologized afterwards, but they said he was getting a suspension. That's only been a few days ago. No one has officially announced who the pitching matchups will be. Nobody's covering anything anymore in race coaches. Two-one pitch. Lefty swings, sizzles it down the line. 2-2. Two count. Seems like you get more than that for throwing a bat at somebody, John is my point. The 2-2 hits it off the glove of the first baseman, Cronenworth, rolls off the glove, he grabs it, stabs the bag with his foot, and that'll end the inning. We go to the ninth inning. It's a 2-run game. Padres one last chance. They'll face the back of the bullpen of the Mariners.
All right, those first two were high and tight. So what do you think the next one's going to be? Either low and away or in my ear. He's not going to want to load the bases, so look for low and away. But watch out for in your ear.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Honest Ed's Used Cars, where every car we sell is backed by an ironclad guarantee that is so complete and comprehensive that we really don't see any need to put it in writing. And remember Honest Ed's motto, if any used car dealer anywhere in the country says he can sell you the same car cheaper than we will, then he's even a bigger liar than I am. And remember, if you'd like to learn one of life's most valuable secrets, just send $20 to the announcer in care of this station.
Armchair.
For all you beginners out there, chip and putt. Everybody in golf that plays on a professional level can hit a driver. They can hit a 5-iron. They can hit a 6-iron. But it's 125, 150 yards in. That means a lot. Nobody ever talks about it. No guy that wins a golf tournament ever talks about, well, I hit that wedge from out of the rough from 122 yards and knocked it like this, got a gimme or whatever. But golf is all about 150 yards.
Soldiers in both armies played ball whenever and wherever they could, just like boys, one of them remembered.
If there was any transforming incident in the history of baseball, as in the history of this country, it was the Civil War. Play in the 1840s and 50s was not for the middle class. It was not for the working class. It was reserved for so-called gentlemen. Play became democratic when it became portable. It became a people's game.
Andres Munoz comes in with a shiny 1.41 ERA, 51 innings, 30 saves and 36 opportunities. Mariners, I'm telling you right now, if y'all don't watch Mariners baseball much, their pitching is just nasty, filthy. Has been for quite some time. Their biggest issue has always been scoring runs. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. And they believe that they fixed that by getting Naylor and Suarez at the deadline. 1-0. 97 right down the pipeline. These are two teams I'll be interested in covering when we get to the playoff spots, get to October baseball. I think they're going to be two fun teams to watch. The 1-1 chops it over to short, and Arias will be out, 6-3. One down. One up, one down as he pinch hit for Iglesias. I think I failed to mention that. I'm starting to lose my voice, so I'm trying to make it. Cronenworth, first pitch, 98 right down the pipe. It's on one. Vitamin water is going to save my life. It's going to be the 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. We got the Armchair Quarterback Show, 9 a.m. Once again, NFL talk tomorrow and fantasy, futures, bets, all that stuff. 10 a.m. it's Braves Country. You probably need a couple of minutes to get started to reset, but right at 10 a.m. is the goal. And then 6:45 tomorrow night. 2-1, swing, rattles it off the face mask. Munoz 2-2. After tomorrow, the Braves are off every Thursday for the rest of the year. So you can put that into your calendar. Look forward to having your Thursdays off. I'm glad they did it. It was about time they realized don't try to compete with Thursday night football. I'd rather them have Monday night off, to be honest with you. Monday night football is usually a little better, but I'm fine with them taking Thursdays off. And just have I wish they did it all year long. Have a consistent day where you knew you were pretty much off, instead of when they do these 10, 13 consecutive day series. 3-2 count to Cronenworth, the number 8 hitter. Pitch on the way, swing, fouls it down the line, out of play. Yeah, I think they might be overreacting a little bit, but it's because of the money that he signed. John, guy signs that much money. If you don't live up to expectations, you're going to hear it. He's 24 years old, so once again, you take that into account. This year, he's got 25 home runs and a 263 average, an OPS. What you hate is an OPS below 800 when you're paying a guy that much money. But he's a 3-2, lifts it down the line, going foul. That's going to be a fair ball off the wall. Just misses pay dirt, and Cronenworth gets things going for the Padres. That almost snuck over the wall, hit the top of the wall. Just below that yellow line. Man, was that close. In fact, it hit the yellow line. Very top of the wall. Say like an inch higher, it's probably going to bounce the other way. Will Wagner, the batter. I bet he had to change his name because I bet he was known as Billy growing up. He's like, no, sir, I got to get another name. Oh, I'm not living under that shadow. But you look at Julio Rodriguez, I mean, the kid is a star. He'd be more talked about anyways if he played on the East Coast as the 0-1. Lifted into left field, drifting back, making the catches of Rosareno, and the Padres are down to their last out. But I have a hard time overreacting to a guy when he's 24 years old, just a couple of years. Now, I will say this. Julio Rodriguez, his contract, 14 years, could be up to $470 million when it's all said and done. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Now, a lot of its performance incentives and club options is the 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. I'd say that eventually gets reworked to where most of it's going to be guaranteed. But it looks like quite a bit of it's pretty much guaranteed. It could get to 470. The 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. Fernando Tatis. 1 for 4 on the day. Single to left in the third. He's grounded out, flew out, flew out. He represents the tying run at the dish. The pitch, swing, lifts it into right field, drifting over. No, that's going to get down where the green grass grows. Up against the wall, and it's going to be an RBI double for Tatis, and he represents the tying run. Ramon Laureano coming to the plate. I'd say what probably happens, John, by reading the numbers on that contract is they're going to have a quick mound meeting. His 3D is just absolutely cooked. I don't know what to do about it. They don't. So Ramon Laureano at the plate, Tatis on base. Tatis takes off, first pitch on the way, 86 miles an hour. The outer edge, it's 0-1. He'll get a stolen base there, representing the tying run. Now he's 90 feet away. The 0-1, swing, hammers it over to third. Suarez has it, fires it to first, and that'll end the game. Seattle wins. Man, I'll tell you what, they fell asleep at the wheel there with Tatis. He was looking like he might start trying to skip home. But the Mariners win it 4-3, and they'll climb up the ladder just a little further. Padres and Mariners could be a World Series preview. Good game overall, 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Padres. Those errors were costly. 4-7-0 for the Mariners. Brian Wu gets the win, Yu Darvish the loss, and Munoz the save. I think if you give a game ball, you got to give it to Eugenio Suarez. 2 runs, 3 RBIs, and a home run. And in a game where they only scored 4, not too shabby. We'll see you next time, y'all. Oof, I got to go put my voice box on ice and maybe a little beer. We'll see you.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.